So we are. We just left the flower mansion. We just spoke with Flores, and we're gonna go to the park to meet with the agent, meet with our contact. Go to Good Game Park. Oh, I can get another thing, another glass. Let's do it. Ha! I said that out loud, huh? Yes, I've come back for your cool, refreshing water. I would love some. Ooh, sparkling water available too. The chalk doodle of the police ROM that some kids drew. Oh, the ROM's been all spray painted on. Looks like some older kids got their artistic expression out on the poor police ROM. Covered up its eye with spray paint. We didn't even know it was being drawn on. Lexi's gonna be pissed. Alright. So how do I want more water, please? Alright, whatever. It doesn't want to give me more water. Eucalyptus globulus. I'm sorry, what did you say? Eucalyptus globulus, the Tasmanian blue gum. It's one of my favorite trees. The clean lines of leaves and mottled patterns on the bark are interesting. Quite fun to paint, and it's a rather useful tree, too. The oil in its leaves can be used as a medical antiseptic or analgesic, boiled into tea, or used as flavoring in foods. It's even used as fragrance for soaps. It's a botany nerd. Many of the trees in this park are excellent specimens of the species. It's one of the only topics I've permanently committed to my personal memory. Yes, I don't actually store most information in my local memory. It's rather limited and I have to be a bit choosy about what I keep. So most of the information I utilize I pull off the mesh net when needed. It's like relearning things over and over again. I'm sure you'd find it tedious, but I enjoy making sure my reference tables are up to date in my spare clock cycles. I mostly store things locally if there's some critical importance, like information pertaining to personal memories, or knowledge that would be helpful. I found myself disconnected from the net. And eucalyptus trees make the cut? Well, as I said, I keep things pertaining to my personal memory. It may seem insignificant, but without this information about Eucalyptus globulus, I'd lack critical details about my painting history and local area, both of which I find important to my emotional development. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to know what's important and what isn't, and I fear losing parts of myself. So Eucalyptus globulus stays. You're cute. Of course I'm cute. The basic ROM form factor is designed to place us firmly outside the uncanny valley. I can't imagine adoption rates for the technology would have been very high otherwise. Enough about the happy little trees. Perhaps this is who you're supposed to meet. Can I help you with something? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone. Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here from a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores. Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have the things I asked for? There must be some miscommunication. Melody said you'd be able to provide us with information about Hayden Webber's projects within Parallax. He's gone missing and any information we could get would be useful. Ah, damn that old woman. We had a deal. She promised me those things and I'm not giving her anything until I get them. I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get away from Parallax. Instead, she sends the two of you hand in hand with none of the things I need. I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI. Insulting, but accurate. Look, it's not that I don't want to help. I do. Hayden was a colleague and a friend. But if I just hand over this research, I lose most of my leverage. I need help getting the hell out of here. I'll just have to shop it around again, since Flower isn't interested in information on Parallax's big project. Maybe after I get a buyer, I'll be able to pass it to you. Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is their job. I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits cash, fake passports for me and my wife, and an untraceable car. If you can get me that, I can get the hell out of here and get to Canada. Yes, come to Canada. And I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials. Whatever. I just can't stay in the USF anymore. We might be able to do that. Might? Do you mind answering some other questions first? What? Why? Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what we need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request. Okay. Okay, sure. As long as it isn't any of the juicy stuff. What do you do for Parallax? I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying. If Hayden isn't the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. I just build stuff out of the things he hands me. I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit here, Vincent. Hayden was just a computer scientist. If a good one. Was? Ah, slip of the tongue. I'm still getting used to my independence from him. Ha! And that right there proves my point. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm just a good software engineer. Probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours, that blows my mind. We've got full immersion virtual reality and brains in boxes running around inside Android shells, yet most people would still call you science fiction. If you say so. I do. So why are you so adamant about getting out of NeoSF? Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw. There's... what is the best way of saying this without giving away their game? This new project is about to roll out is likely to change everything about how Parallax does their business. Not in an end-user sort of way, but everything behind the scenes would certainly change. We've had some board shakeups since the launch of the MeshNet, and the people at the top are different from the ones who previously ran the company. They're harder, more ruthless, more concerned with profits than ever before. The altruism the company has displayed in the past is gone, and this new project has promises to give the board owners more power. Not just richest company in the valley power, either real power. They got rid of Hayden because he was about to publish something that would get in the way of that. And not to be too dramatic, but I think they got rid of him for good, too. Rumors and speculation, but... Anyway, if they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what could stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half-dozen people who could do my job. So I'm getting out of here before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay or whatever. Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance? Nothing concrete. I probably would not have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple of days all the time, right? Conferences, guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. But they cleared out his office, revoked his security clearances, and confiscated anything he'd been working on with other divisions. I asked around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence. Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Other than that, I don't know anything specific. Thank you. We'll go get those things for you. Sure. I guess I can stick around here for a while. I need to make some calls, and this water realm thing is pretty funny. If you do manage to get what I need, I'll give you anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports touring now. And... I really hope you can do this. I'd rather give it to you than some corporation anyway. I'll see you soon. I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car. The only shady folks we know are those kids who've analyzed Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot's better than no shot. We don't know where they are, though. So for now, we should probably focus on getting the money for Mr. Mensa. Maybe Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the cash? 100,000 is no small amount, but unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they're as dedicated to helping as they claim. Melody is assumably at home. Assumably home as usual. Assumably? Assumedly? I don't know. And Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance. Alright, so we go to either the hospital and talk to Fairlight, or you go to Flower Mansion. Also, kudos for making Vincent a character in a wheelchair without making a big deal out of it. Like, just part of the design. That's cool. Okay, let's go to the hospital. I want to talk to Fairlight, I think. The Hassy Crassy, Hassy 7, Hassy Omega, Hassle-Free Hassy, and Hassy Hemp are all exclusive to Hassy machines. Can't find them anywhere else. Wish I could have a Hassy. Greetings, guest Skinny. My records indicate you were here recently for an event involving cranial trauma, but discharged yourself early against recommendation. Have you returned for a checkup? I can schedule one with you and assist you with the paperwork if you need it. No, but I need to talk to Yannick Fairlight. Patient Fairlight is currently available to receive visitors. Take the stairs to the second floor and meet him in room 214. I'll page ahead and let him know you're on the way. Please note, Patient Fairlight is to avoid undue stress, so take care not to upset him. You will be ejected from the building if you begin to set back his treatment process. Stress-free, that's our motto. Right, Skinny? Skinny. I did not expect to see you so soon. We had a break in the case. I've been receiving odd phone calls from strangers all day long. I'm curious to know if your efforts have proven more productive. I hope my suggestion to speak to Melody Flores panned out. It did, Dr. Fairlight. She pointed us toward a parallax researcher willing to sell us information. Huh, wonderful. So I assume... Exactly. The information should be good. Ah, I see. How much? 100,000 credits. In cash. Oh. Huh. Pittance. Pittance. Can I have it? Can I have 100,000 credits, please? If it's a pittance to you, friend? I'll message Leon and have him gather the cash, as long as you're willing to pass on anything that might be of interest to me. I'm willing to help, but I'm still a businessman. Information from inside Parallax will be quite valuable to me as well as to you. That sounds fair, Dr. Fairlight. Right, Skinny? Whatever. It's a deal then. Excellent. Now, it'll take a little while for Leon to run this errand for us. And don't worry about Leon. He's the professional. Perhaps the two of you wouldn't mind keeping an old man company? My treatments are not without discomfort, and I wouldn't mind a distraction while I go to work. I think we can spare a few extra minutes. I'd ask about the investigation, but I'd rather wait till the entire story is revealed before we run through it. I find it greatly irritating to leap into a story in the middle. Perhaps there's a tale you'd like me to tell. Perhaps there's something Turing would like to hear? Oh, yes, perhaps you could tell a story about Hayden. As you've been pulling on the loose ends of his life, I've been shown that I know so little about him. His time with me was such a small taste. Very true. But it's not every person shown only a small slice of the life of their father. I, too, only know a little about Hayden, but it's a different time. I met him shortly after the merger. I was put in charge of his research division by the board of directors, and first met him when he stormed into my office and slammed his research directly onto my desk. To hear him tell it, his direct superior was stifling his attempts to develop a new correlative search algorithm, calling it a waste of time. I may have disciplined him for insubordination, as the management structure is there for a reason, but I admired his spirit and read over his proposal. It was solid, so I greenlit it. I recall he spent one furious weekend pushing our supercomputer to the limits with his calculations, dropped the results in front of me the following Monday, almost too exhausted to stand. I ended up taking it to the new board, but it was Hayden's fire that convinced them to implement it. He knew how to command a room, in his own way, a talent few men of the mind have. And what was the proposal? As I said, it was a new search algorithm, one that correlated the user input on the LIPS OS with the search terms to give more relevant predictive results to a specific user. It would measure all types of data we regularly collect, and then use those elements to quickly and accurately determine the user's age, gender, interests, even their immediate desires. Very dicey stuff to keep as useful data, but Hayden's algorithms were solid. After a little work, search results became almost 25% more desirable to the user upon implementation. Now, I'm not sure anyone else could have pulled it off, but it earned him his own research team. It was a whirlwind in those days. He also seems so calm and patient, it's hard to imagine him storming into anyone's office like that. He was a younger man then. As he got older, he learned how to better work around the problem rather than just charging through it. Patience is a virtue learned through experience. Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. That's a bit embarrassing. The folly of a younger man, I assure you. Companies work together to develop the first generation of virtual reality neural implants, but I made the mistake of letting business and pleasure mix. Miss Flores is quite beautiful, you see, and I was smitten. Scarcely met a woman I'd consider my equal, and Melody Flores is at the top of that list. Riding high on the success of our joint venture, I proposed to make a more informal relationship between the two of us, but was rebuffed. I'm ashamed to admit she wounded my pride, and I did not comport myself with much dignity after that. I directed our company to sabotage the neural implant program, but she was more than skilled enough to recover from such base treachery. We've been at odds ever since, but never married, and neither is she. Sometimes enemies can be closer than our allies in a certain light. You know where you stand with them, you see. Perhaps it's time to bury the hatchet. I'm tired of fighting, and not just this battle. I wouldn't object to spending the rest of my time with a respected adversary. I shall send her a correspondence. I wish you luck, Dr. Fairlight. Melody is quite sharp in every sense of the word. Thank you. I'd expect nothing less from a woman of her caliber. She's remarkable. So how are you ousted from the board of directors? A dastardly tale. After the merger, I was given the position of Chief Technology Officer, tasked with integrating System 1's Lips OS and Parallax's various web search products. Things are going well, especially with Hayden's newest work, pushing the boundaries of what could be done with the technology, till the board started pushing the new MeshNet project. It was an ambitious project and has proven to be a game changer in the long run. But at this time, the board was blind to the possible weaknesses in the system, and I fought long and hard for more time and resources to make sure the new network was secure. A breach of the system could leak thousands of users' data, and would deal a nasty blow to the company at a time it was still getting its feet settled. They overrode my objections and launched the damn project early, trying to plump up a lean quarter. Nah, you should know the rest. Some child tore a hole in the network a mile wide. I know that child. And the entire company had egg on its face for months till they could patch the security weakness. And despite the fact I'd made calls for more time from day one, they used the event as a convenient excuse to vote me off the board. I was a troublesome relic from System 1, and they were tired of fighting me, regardless of whether I was right or not. That must have been frustrating, knowing you were right and being muscled out anyway. Ah, yes. It barely describes the half of it, Turing. But it was also a long time ago. I have other pursuits and interests now. Of course. Don't let my ramblings keep you. Time waits for no one, including robots, as the case may be. Leon should be downstairs waiting for you with the credits you need. Good luck and Godspeed, my friends. Thank you again, Dr. Fairlight. Hey. There you are. I was afraid Fairlight would talk your ears off till your bones turned to dust like his. Or well, I guess you don't have bones, Turing. Maybe until your circuits oxidized? Man, modern technology really screws up good old colloquialisms. I feel your pain, Mr. Decker. I'm constantly amazed at the sheer number of sayings and permutations of sayings one must memorize as a matter of course while using English. Keeping up is a veritable nightmare. No kidding. At least you have the entire mesh hooked into your brain, right? The rest of us just have to do with meat. Anyway, Yannick had me get you two some cash. Ooh, briefcase. Not sure what you did to pry it out of the old man, but I wish I was getting Christmas bonuses like this. We needed to buy some information. Dr. Fairlight is assisting us further with our investigation. Information can be real expensive. Still, if you decide to blow it all on something fun, don't forget your old friend Leon, alright? I know some spots to drop a little unmarked cash if you catch my meaning. Certainly, Mr. Decker. That's the spirit, you got my number. Oh, I almost forgot. I managed to track down those kids that nabbed the thing you wanted. I don't know, I was taxing use of my skills, but it was better than running down to the office supply place again and get more paper for the old fax machine Yannick insists on using. Definitely better than when he tried to get the new molecular printer to also receive faxes as well. We were cleaning shards of something that kind of looked like paper out of the walls for a week. Plus having to paint over the holes and all. Fun times. Anyhow, I made those punks wet themselves before I took this off them. Yes, the data cache. They were so remorseful they even went down to the Neo SFPD and turned themselves in for vandalism. That should keep them out of trouble now, eh? Thanks, Leon. I appreciate the help. No problem. Have fun with it. Anyway, see you around. Bye, Leon. Yeah, we should drop the cash off. That's what I was thinking. We still have things to do before we can meet up with Mr. Mensa. Alright, well, let's go. Let's go, go to Stardust. Hello, Stardust. There's Jess again. Dare I? Oh. It's you again. I'm caught up in something in the moment. Chances are we'll cross paths again. Okay. She didn't get mad at me this time. Yeah, it doesn't look like Tomcat's here. No Tomcat. Okay. Well, we'll go to the police station instead. Can I not map? There we go. Bloop. Not safe for police department. Good synths. I'm liking it. Skinny, I didn't expect you to show up here. I was just about to wrap up booking these two. Now they've had a little time to sit underneath the weight of their shenanigans. Who the hell is this chump? The ROM is owned by the guy whose place you trashed. Skinny's just helping clean up the mess. We didn't do nothing that bad. This is bullshit. My dad's gonna kill me. I like their punk. They're like their silly music. I'm into it. Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you decided to take your street art where it wasn't wanted. Little community service never hurt anyone. It'll be a learning experience. Oh, we could have gotten away. Oh, I didn't even click. Please don't, Chad. Don't call me that, Oliver. I told you, I'm Starfucker now. So what's the point of watching all these ancient cartoons with you if I can't use the joke? Just don't dig us any deeper. We're in enough trouble as it is. They say it in every episode. What do you want from me, Oliver? You're the one who keeps telling me I should use less profanity. I could call them a bunch of, boys. If we're done arguing. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, whatever. So, Skinny, what did you want? I need to borrow the two of them. Of course you do. I don't even know why I asked. We're sorry to inconvenience you, Lexi, but they may be able to help us may be able to assist us in the investigation on our side. Hey, I never agreed to nothing. I don't even want to help you, bubblehead. Oh, in that case, let me go ahead and finish filling out this paperwork. Then we can call your parents. No. I mean, we'd be happy to help, right, Chad? Right? Right. Just don't call my dad. We'll do whatever the stupid robot wants. How magnanimous. That's beside the point. This is all moot anyway. It's completely against procedure for me to let them go at this stage. I've bent the rules for you too much already. We really could use your assistance, Detective Rivers. It's my apartment in a way, isn't it up to me to decide whether I press charges? Ha! Not even remotely. But fine, take them. I'm tired of listening to the tall one mouthing off. I'm sure there's a ton more entertainment to find here. Now, Chad, externally sarcasm say. We're very thankful. We both need to check in with our families first, so we'll meet the two of you back on Market Street, if that's okay. Yes, of course. We'll meet you there, Oliver. God, what a waste of my time. I'm sorry, Lexi. We'll make sure that they're useful to the case. Don't worry about it. You know what we say, gold in peace, iron in war. Back to the grind, I guess. Stay safe, deputies. Alright, well, let's go. Back to Market Street. These little piggies are going to market. And there's Brian all by himself. Brian the Mulberry. One simple failure will not dissuade our cause. Join the human revolution. Stop the rampant spread of dangerous, uncontrollable technologies. Alright. Here, have some spoiled milk. Your contribution to the cause is greatly appreciated. No, that's ours. You can't take it. Oh, thank heavens. Where are those goofs? Click, clickety, click, click. Yeah, there they are. Hey, nerds. The two of you are like a fuzzed sync wave. Even you got us off the hook for that apartment job. We appreciate that, by the way. Yeah, sure. Let's just get this over with. Riding this out's friggin' exhausting. Then we'll be all squared up. For good. Right. Yeah. What do you need us to do? We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket would likely have experience with. This is one of those things you need like a streetwise kid to show you the ropes. I love VRs like that. What's the thread? B&E, war driving, copyright infringement, search bombing. Is search bombing actually illegal? It's against the terms of service, so probably. At least in California. We need to buy some fake IDs if possible. That's nothing if you can pay. Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get past the bouncer, a cop doing sniff tests. He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet. It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passport IDs that can get someone safely past the border. Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you? Not with that equipment, a lot more expensive and illegal than I already have. So what about the guy that got at least that unrestricted mesh card when he was on probation? That's not really the same thing, Chad. But I can give him a call. Give me a few minutes. This guy's pretty sketchy, very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman. Oh, Ichiru, thank you. Welcome back. Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos. Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo. Blech. This fucking guy. Well, that and petty larceny, bro. We might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the passports first. Awesome! You ain't so bad for a tin can. Honestly, I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica, Chad. Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century? ROMs have been out for almost a decade. Yeah, it's a pretty good point. Give me a sec, I'm pretty good at name calling too. Oh, no, I'm sorry I brought it up. Just hold on a second, underclocked bit brain. Don't hurt yourself, Chad. I'll get back to you, bubblehead. You know, you're a lot more chatty than these ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal, skinny? You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't got the chance to nerd out about yet? They're top-notch, very bleeding edge. I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software. I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that my creator knew about. Which means what, exactly, like, in English? It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Keep it down, I'm still on the phone. Oops, and yes, what he said. Okay. I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade. A couple of passports are gonna run us. One signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino at the gates to the deep. Of course, it's always a Japanese crap. That's not my fault they make the best VR dramas. Maybe you can do better? Probably. Anyway, where can we get this poster? Oh, I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before and he never asked for something that'll take too long to get. Thank you, game. I know where it is. It's another room. So I can just... Chad and Oliver joined your party. Cute. Yeah, it's just over here. Go to Hassie. Yeah, that guy is Twitch Chad for sure. Oh, there it is. I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona would have one. Oh, you know this lady? Sure, we talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks. You're usually too busy provoking people to notice. Yeah, whatever! There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her. We could just snatch the thing and run. I'm a big fan of the smash and grab. Simple and effective. We can't do that. She knows who we are. Us too. Oh, it's the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to. Look, we'll just stand in line. Like a bunch of clumps? I mean, chumps? What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber? Yeah, Mega Man. I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us. The less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you. Screw that, Static. I'm not heading to juvie not knowing what for. Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you. Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine. If you really must know, we're going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. The culprit behind which being Parallax. His apartment was the one you trashed. Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? That is so messed up. Bogus. Hella bogus. Well, dad after a fashion. He raised me. Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. Oh, I hope he's okay. It seems very unlikely. Oh man, I don't know what to say. I'm having so many feelings right now. I still have my dad, but he's... Chad. He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself. Even now, he's over there, standing in front of that damn clinic instead of being here. Oh, that'd be my dream, and I thought I could wait to make that happen, and he'd... Whatever! Bleh. Fuck, I don't care. I might as well nuke that drive. It ain't gonna sink. Oh, little punky. Little punky Brewster. I think I understand what you mean, Chad. Hell yeah, dudes gotta stick together, you know? Dudes? It don't matter if you're a robot or what, we all got the same shit to deal with. Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark. From the mouth of babes. Hey, it won't fault you on good taste, but watch that whole babe thing. I'm taking it, I don't need no game being spit my way. That's not... Never mind. The line has finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona. What up, R-Slice? We need your shiz. Salutations, Ramona. What can I do for y'all? This is my friend Chad. Nice to meet you. Bleh, you too. We were hoping you'd be able to give us your assistance, Miss Ramona. We want to make a trade for that, magical, the Magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information. No way, not happening. Yukino's off limits. This is literally a matter of life and death, Ramona. I don't care. That poster was signed by Takiko herself. It's one of a kind, I'm not giving it up. I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation and people have already died. Still, I don't see how my poster's gonna help. Man, you nerds do love your cheap crap from the net. Cheap crap? How do you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits? Takiko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed. It's special. Sure it is. He doesn't get it. He's not part of the fandom. Oh, thankfully. We can get you another, Ramona. It'll only take a few days. It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone. one I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade. You aren't hearing me, are you? It's not just about what it's worth. It has sentimental value. Can't replace that. Look, you'll just have to order something off of the mesh because you can't have this one. We don't have time. This lead will dry up by then. I don't care. Please, Ramona. Okay. Enough. How about this for a trade? I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius. Signed by Takiko at home. Oh, sugoi. You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell. That's really hard to get. They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around that time. You can't be serious, Ollie. You've had that thing framed on your wall. You wouldn't shut up about it for a week after you got it. This is important, Chad. To answer your question, Jigsaw, yeah, it was Dana from Valhalla earlier. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. And I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same. I mean, maybe. Alright, fine. I don't know what this is all about, but offering that keyframe is way too much for the poster. I can't accept it. I didn't say you couldn't have the poster. Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie? A couple things, maybe? We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one, too. Go ahead and take the poster. Oliver X Ramona forever! Thank you, Ramona. Yes, I can tell you how much it means to us. Sure, and you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie? Of course. I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade. So kudu. There's a new poster up. Let's see what it is. Oh, they just moved the posters over. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, we have our item. Let's see how we're doing for time. Okay. I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie. What are you talking about? I know flirting when I see it. I'm saying I don't like it, not one bit. Oh my God, he's jealous. Okay, new OTP. Chad, Ollie, Ramona, V. That's my new OTP for this. We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other. Sure. Well, we have the poster now. What's next? Go ahead and call the number, Turing. I will want to set up the drop with you now that I've introduced you to him. Sure, change the subject. Ugh. I'll call him right now then. It's ringing. You the ones looking for some papers? We are, and we have the requested payment here. Good, we're gonna do this real professional-like. You know the Stardust? Oh my God. I hope that this is either Jess or... I recognize that music. I hope it's either Jess or, Tomcat. I think it's probably Tomcat. I guess it's not an OTP, it's a one true... It's an OTR, one true relationship. It's totally Tomcat. This music reminds me of Persona. Come back 10 minutes later and your stuff will be behind the cabinet. Good, I'll be waiting. Well, that was very mysterious. Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name, and I've been getting things from him for a few years now. Who cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants. Let's get to the Stardust and get this over with. I've wasted enough of my day with this crap. Well, I mean, I guess that's a sound decision, friend, because we've run out of time, and I want to give out some codes. So let's save our game. Okay. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. This game is awesome. I'm gonna play some more, what is it, Wednesday tomorrow? Same time tomorrow, so make sure you come back for that. If you're watching on YouTube, just keep an eye. There'll be more videos available post-haste. I'm gonna go hang out with Twitch for a minute. We're gonna give out some codes. So, see you soon.